Hello and welcome to another video. Today we're going to talk about something I just got a few days ago, and it's something that will make the car not much faster, but I think considerably faster. At least it makes the car lighter. And when I bought that for my Evo, the whole car just felt totally different after that mod. So what am I talking about? I'm sure you've seen it in the title already. Yeah, you know it. I'm talking about the Carbon Fiber Driveshaft, prop shaft. I don't know what it is. Just the big thingy from front to back, which delivers the power to the back. And I found one in carbon fiber. I have no idea how good they fit. I have no idea how much lighter they actually are. I think it's around 3 or 4 kilograms. So it's not a huge difference, but we're gonna weigh the original one, we're gonna weigh this one, and we're gonna make sure everything fits just nicely, and we'll see how it works and how good it drives, because the car is gonna be pretty much faster than a stock one and pretty much faster than last year, and it will have a lot more power, and it will drive a lot faster than 230 kph. So let's see how this one goes. I actually changed mine at the Evo when I destroyed it, and it was completely done, so we had to change it, and it made the car feel a lot lighter. It's, I think, around the same, or it felt around the same as when you have a lighter flywheel. It feels roughly around that. So let's just have a look at what I'm talking about. I haven't even unpacked it, so it's gonna be an unboxing video. Woo! Never done one, I think, or have to be a long time ago. So that's the first one, so let's go. Doesn't that look cool? It's honestly very nicely made, and even with stuff like that, so you, in case you've forgotten where to put things, you have there written on it. I think I will leave that on until it's installed. The quality looks pretty good, to be honest. So, and it's actually not that heavy. But I don't know how heavy the stock one is, so we're gonna see. But you get it with some safety warnings, how to install it, on what to look, do not that up, and even with some very nice made things to where to look at. Pay attention to the screws, yeah. Just to prevent any damage, like up here. This could be very bad for the drive shaft. So yeah, I think that's nice if you get some pictures and some installation manual or safety warnings with it. It's never bad to get such things, so you know what not to do or what to expect. I think it's time to weigh it, and let's see how heavy it is. So, my very accurate scale says 6.38. No idea how heavy the stock one is, but we're gonna find out. For you it's gonna be in a minute, for me it's gonna be like a few weeks maybe. Don't know when I have the car the next time on the lift, but we'll see, and you're gonna see it as well. So let's install it. So that was quite easy to take out because, as you can see, there's no engine and nothing inside and no gearbox, so that was quite easy to do. Took me 10 minutes. So it is actually the same length. I just put them right beside next to each other, and they are perfectly the same length. So one of the biggest things you're gonna notice is, first of all, it's lighter. I just measured it. It's 6.3 something. I'll show you the measurement. And the 3.5 kilogram you're gonna notice, you also save a few bolts. So that's another 150, maybe 200 grams. So yeah, you save some weight, but the impressive thing is you save around 30% of the weight it has. So that's a huge improvement. Plus you save one Lager, it's called in German. So yeah, you save one of those thingies, and that will improve the acceleration and deceleration, etc. So it will feel just much more sturdy, and just you're better connected to the rear of the car because you don't have one point, or you have one less point of wobble. The biggest risk with this is if a car like this here is used for, let's say, rally purposes, and you have jumps and whatnot, and you have a very big elevation. If you go rallying or something like that, your car maybe needs that kind of flexibility. But if you're on a plain, flat racetrack like we are most of the times, so then you don't really need that. It has some flexibility because you have a big end bearing. I'm going to show that to you a little bit later when it's in the car. But yeah, I think that's enough. And if you have a car that's on a racetrack, you're perfectly fine with this. If you're going rally, then you might want to keep the stock one because your drivetrain might need that flexibility. So let's have a closer look at it and then install it. So that's the thingy I was talking about. This one will get removed completely. So it's, first of all, it's one less weak point. On the Evo, we crashed this or killed this one quite bad. So you have one less weak point, but this one's also for flexibility, which this part right here just doesn't have. So you have this one in here. I think this will add some flexibility for sure. And of course, this one's flexible as well, but you don't have the same flexibility as with one of these. So just be sure you're gonna drive on a flat surface, then it's gonna be totally fine. But if you're gonna rally with the car, you might wanna keep this one. So yeah, and now let's install it. I actually forgot something, and that's this bolt right here. This one's going out quite much and this one's not, so we are gonna trim this one down as well so it doesn't come in the way of the drive shaft. And when we install everything, especially the exhaust, we have to check if the drive shaft still has enough clearance. So let's just trim this one down. So, and that's already it. As you can see, it's already inside, or I just already installed it. And I just connected it to the rear differential. The front is obviously going nowhere, but we have to install that to the gearbox as well as soon as we have it here. But it just fit very nicely so far, and I think it's gonna have enough room to move a little bit, but that bolt could get really close, so I would highly suggest trimming that. They also suggest that in the manual, so you're good to go. One thing, if you look up here, you can see the bolts. I already marked them, and I also used a drop of Loctite for every bolt, and then I just marked them as always, so I can see if anything goes loose very fast. We'll do the same at the front, obviously, and yeah, I think that's already it. Nothing much more to tell for now. I will tell you how it feels, but I think it feels like when you remove weight from the drivetrain, the car just feels much quicker, much faster, and better response overall, so that's a good thing. Phil approved. Yeah, maybe some of you already saw it, but the ones who didn't, I just hanged it in here. The reason is I need to move the car around the workshop and or outside when we have some customer cars in here. So when I move the car, obviously this thing turns, and so you don't want to touch it, anything, so I just hang it on, or I just hang it with some zip ties, and we're good to go. So that's it for this video. Thanks for watching. See you next time. Have a good week. Goodbye.